Hello and welcome. This is Alchemistexe, and this is the weekly update. So first and foremost, version 8 is out now, and what that comes with is port battles, so a few UI improvements, some upgrades to multiplayer, including the ability to do auto and to use mercenaries, so that's pretty cool. Some updates to the truth seal feature, like doing multiple enhancements, and as well as some improvements to auto repeat and the ability to use more summon tickets, up to 100 at once instead of 10. So there are a lot more details there you can read about in the news, especially the port battle has its own section because it's like, kind of guild versus guild type of situation. So that's kind of fun. It's always nice. Like, I'm always worried about like rushing content from Japan, like closing the gap between us. But when it comes to quality of life improvements, I'd say no, yeah, like definitely it's okay to rush that. Like bring that over as fast as possible. So also the sprite units, the saga sprites, they have their EX hard quests if you have them. So start hoarding those dudes if you were lucky enough to get them. And then a few other units like the Shinobi Nightmare units and Merlinus and Arthur, the Crystal of Reunion units, as well as some other Slostian units, Don Terra, Stria, and Justin. Stria and Justin, I assume nobody really uses that much, but they all have their Gate 6. Kind of weird choices overall, in my opinion, but whatever. If anybody uses Merlinus, which I have, I definitely see this as a good update. Not sure about the Shinobi Nightmare units, though. I don't know if this can salvage them. I think they would need a little bit more reworking to be truly viable. But that's just my opinion. If any of you guys are champions of like Sakura or Yuri or Dark Princess Yomi or Tsukuyomi, let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn more about them because this game constantly shafted me on them back when it mattered, and now it doesn't seem like it matters that much, so oh well. But anyway, speaking of Sakura, though, there is a challenge board, so you can get her for free. So I'm a little bit curious. I somehow doubt I would ever use fire shards on her because I still need like almost 200 more to get my Asuka set. And then I'd have to get a whole nother set, and there'd probably be like 2 or 3 or 10 fire units that I'd rather use fire shards on by that point. So I don't know. It's nice. It seems like the people that would benefit the most from this would be the people that already have her and use her and then get like another 150 shards for enlightenment. But yeah, that's it for that. As far as big events go, the Genesis is the biggest one. So if you are experienced with Genesis quests, you know what to expect here. And if you're new, it's a setup where you do the quest line, and then instead of it being like a set of quests and then an EX quest unlocked at the end, it's a set of quests and you unlock a boss, and the levels drop tickets, and then you spend the tickets to fight the boss. The boss drops coins, you spend the coins to get prizes. And it can range anywhere from character soul shards to enlightenment materials. In this case, it's all enlightenment materials, like for either the new unit Eulalia or Mira and Nyx, because they just got their Gate 3, because there's a special type of Genesis unit that they have like in limited enlightenment, and they require their own, whoops, I accidentally hit quest. They require their own enlightenment materials that are unique. Like, let me show you. Like, for example, I use Nyx, so if I wanted to level up his Gate 3, I need these Mountain Ram of Lust Nyx. So yeah, I don't know, I always thought that was kind of a weird choice, but they're not that hard to get, so I guess it's alright. There's been a few times where I was like low on whatever the material was, and then I enlightened them and like, oh yeah, they have their own material, so tiny plus side. But even if you don't use Genesis units, these events give you a lot of gems, so I'd say that it's worth it overall. Eulalia, I'm not sure about. I know she's a ranged unit in Wind, and that's like all I know about her. I know she can apparently be pretty good and do something like she's versatile in some capacity. I don't know. I haven't done my research yet, so jury is still out on that one. And then as far as quests go, aside from that, there's a new Crystal of Reunion, like once a day quest you can do. Or actually, I don't even know if it's new, but it exists. There's a version 8 quest that gives you character shards and enlightenment materials. I assume it probably gives global as well as normal pool. At least all the other ones in the past have. I did it and I got 21 Margaret shards and 21 Tomas shards, so that was not a great start. You can get seal enhancement for free, so do that. There's a fierce battle quest, and there are multiple levels, and the different tiers drop different coins. Like the bottom tier drops the copper coins, the mid tier probably drops the silver, and then the top tier is going to drop gold. And so you can buy, they each have their own shops where you can spend the coins, and you can convert the lower ones into higher ones, but the ratio is really bad. So just go for the highest level that you can complete. Like there's good prizes, but it wouldn't kill you to skip this if you don't have your units quite there yet. Last time it required a really specific setup, so that was dumb. Hopefully it's not like this time. And what else? That is pretty much it. There's a bunch of good coins in the coin shop if you're trying to gather shards via summoning to get the coins. But we'll talk about that more in the banner overview. Actually, speaking of, let's just jump right into that. Okay, so first things first, you can get free Genesis shards, 5 a day. That's always fun. There is a free 10 summon with a guaranteed 5-star. Genesis units not guaranteed, but they are in the pool, so a few of you might get really lucky and get somebody out of it. There's a paid summon that I don't think is worth it. There's no reroll. Guaranteed limited could be a Babel unit, could be Uzuma. And since you can't reroll, like you don't want to pay $30 for a unit that you won't use and 9 farmable units. That's not worth it. Actually, speaking of, that's why I never made a video about this or anything, but I ended up buying that Black Friday bundle and got Dark Nyx out of it because of banners like this. I thought to myself, this $90 bundle is worth 3 normal type grand summons. And I thought, have I done a grand summon 3 times and thought, you know what, that wasn't really worth it. And I thought, you know what, yeah, I haven't done like this type of banner, but just other ones with like a guaranteed thing, whatever. And I thought, you know, I'd rather just do that, pass up on grand summons for a while, and then have a unit that takes 85,000 gems to get, and with their memento, assuming you have worse luck, like the luck I had with Nero, for example. So yeah, I have a pretty low opinion of this type of banner in particular, just because nobody wants to pay $30 for nothing. Like it's okay to pay for something if you get your value out of it, but the more gambling involved, the less I like it, because this is already so gambly enough as it is. Okay, yeah, rant over. The Eulalia has a 5-step banner. This is the same, like this is like what I did for Nero. This is the same for all the like special type Genesis units. Like if you want to get them, the most likely chance is via transmuting. Do this 5 times, then get the 25 shards from the trial unit. The same thing applies to Eulalia, Nyx, Mira. That, you know, if you're really lucky, you might get them beforehand, but most people probably won't be. So it's generally good to like know which one that you want to get and then save for them and then potentially suffer through horrible banners. You know, watch my Nero video if you want to know what that's like. But yeah, below that is a pretty good banner if you have Genesis units, because they're all on like a 2.5 rate. Not amazing, but you can get lucky sometimes. I've gotten lucky a few times. But more than anything, it's the coins. Like I'm going to buy, I think I need to do 3 steps of this banner. If I do that, I can get enough Dark Nyx shards to get his gate 2. Cause I already bought some, last week with the other coins, cause I was trying to get them while they were cheap. I was doing all these like gem to shard ratios where like for the instance where I did it, it was like 125 gems per shard where I got 20 shards, but it was worth it because they were like the 5 coin rate. Cause like if you do all 5 steps and you get 1,000 coins, you can get like 100 shards of a unit. But I was trying to avoid that real heavy cost because most of that cost is at the end when they're like 20 coins per shard. So I wanted to get all of them for 5, all of them for 8, and then some of them for 12, and I should be good because I only need 60 more. But yeah, so long story short, I think these banners are good, but because you can buy something you need with the coins. If you don't have any Genesis units, it's still probably the best way to get one, but you have no idea what it would be. And generally speaking, it rewards you more if you already have them, because you also get 100 shards. But yeah, I will be doing 3 steps of this shortly. Below we have 2 trash banners. Doubly so for this Shinobi Nightwear one. Like, don't do this, guys. It's gonna me think that we're like just absolutely like just bonkers stupid. Like, no, don't do that. But yeah, so 9 step for the new memento for Eulalia, as well as the Dark Twins. These, you know what these are. If you're willing to spend the gems, it's reliable. You might get lucky beforehand, you might not. But it can definitely be worth it. I would say like Nyx's memento is crazy awesome, and I assume that Mira's must be as well. There's a new one for the Shinobi Nightmares. I don't know how good it is. I mean, I guess if you wanted it, it's a little bit cheaper than a 9 step. Same thing with the other one below. I can't speak to most of them except for Hiragi. I do like Hiragi, as I run her more as a support than anything else. I can't really do damage with her, but having a stat veil is always good. There's just not a lot of units that can do that. So if any of you guys are like big Shinobi Nightmare fans, let me know how potent these are, because it's not something I'm going to be really digging into. And then you can also get the Crystal of Reunion one as well for mementos. I don't know like how big of a difference it is for Merlinus. If you have Arthur, though, I'm pretty sure you definitely want this. But since they just got a longevity update via their Gate 6, and you're like, if you really use one of those units, I could see this being worth your while. Again, I'm not touching any of those. The only one I have that even is applicable is Merlinus, and I think she's alright where she is. I'm not quite ready to commit more otherworldly shards to her. But anyway, so yeah, that is it for the banners. So I am going to move on to summoning. Okay, to begin with, I'll do the free shard one. See what we get. I think I should just skip it, because we all know it's going to be 1 shard of somebody. Times 5. Alright, works for me. Benefit from a couple of those. And we'll do the free 10 summon. I don't believe I've ever gotten anything good from one of these. I think the best that I've gotten is something like okay. I would need to like go back to see some of my old videos though to verify that. Come on guys, there's a guaranteed red. You're not fooling anybody, Yellow Ring. And it looks like the guaranteed red was the only good thing. And it's Spica. So yeah, I think that trends appropriately, given what I just said. I imagine most people's experience is going to be closer to that than something awesome. Alright, and what did we come here to do? We came here for the special featured selection. So yeah, they always do these banners, at least it seems like it, on the first week, so you can't stack too many discount tickets. It would be an exceptionally awesome deal if you could ever use more than one, because then that would just lower the gems per shard rate even more. But for Dark Nyx's Gate 2, I'm okay with doing this. So let's pop that first discount ticket. And what will we have? I forget how many of these banners have existed, but out of all of them, I have had good results twice. I had 1 step that gave me an Adelaide, and then yeah, more steps like this than ones that had good results. I had 1 step that gave me an Adelaide, and 1 that had 2 dupes of Emil at once. Yeah, let's go ahead and skip that. Great start to what I do not have high hopes for. But that's okay. Get 600 coins and I should be good. Oh, and then there's a gem spent bonus, so you get even more Genesis coins that way too. So I'll be sure to put them to good use. Well, literally cannot be worse than the previous step. Alright, we have a marginally better result. Literally, like one unit higher. Jeez, that is some abysmal luck. At least, yeah, I guess Feels like I'm not. I had some good luck streaks here and there, but this feels more in line with like what my luck was like for a long time, especially before I started doing YouTube. Whew. I almost thought about having like some reference to bad luck in my username. I didn't want to. All right, final step. Let's see if we can do better than what 1 yellow and 9 blues. That's the bar, really. That is exasperating. It's like, whatever. You don't even care. You're just here for the coins. It's like, yeah, but I would appreciate something good. Nope. All right. Okay, that is beautiful. 2 out of 3 all blues. And then the third one was all blues except for 1 yellow. That is just, that is horrific. Yeah, but I got the coins that I needed. I don't really feel like spending another 5,000 gems, especially if it's going to look like that. That was just absolutely terrible. But that's why it's always good to have a plan going forward. Are they gonna? Yeah, there they are. There's those beautiful coins. Oh, I didn't mention this earlier, but there's event skip tickets in the shop. They're a lot more abundant than they used to be, but it's still always good to get them while you can. So yeah, I think I'm gonna showcase what I'm going to do with them, because after that massive amount of suffering, we want to end on a high note, because that was just that was horrible. And 50, and then I should only need 10 more for now. And I'll figure out what to do with the remainder later. That is not important right now. What's important is getting an almost broken character's gate 2, which makes him even more insane, because it's the M attack. That's like the Dark Atma Nero. I love every character who has that. Kuden can actually do it too with his scarf. Hey look, it's Dark Nyx. Da 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 da. There we go. Now all the suffering was worth it. Cool. So yeah, that's it for the week. I'm just gonna call it good here. And hopefully you guys have better luck than I do on summoning, if you're summoning and not saving. But yeah, I will see you guys next time.